And that was done. That's part of our historical self, our historical personality, our historical facts. Today, we have military regimes. We have kill them and then ask questions later. We have emergency laws. We have states of emergency. We have tanks and batons in the streets clubbing on Muslims when Muslims just want to express themselves. What a 180-degree reversal. The freedom the Muslims had to speak their mind and their conscience, even when they were wrong, they were guaranteed to express themselves. And they did. And today, when we don't have a leadership, you have something like a person who has been imposed on the Palestinians, who is obviously doing everything that is wrong. Everything. And his people want to demonstrate and express themselves against him. And then they send in the troops. They clobber them in front of the cameras. And then when they realize the cameras are there, they go to the cameras and they say, you can't take pictures and you can't roll the film while this is happening. There is a qualitative difference between the Muslims of our historical self way back then and the Muslims of our contemporary selves now and here. Look, this is supposed to be the land of freedom. And where have we been for the past 24 years? In the streets. This is a land of freedom. They tell us you can't go into the masjid to pray inside the masjid. وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. For certain these masajid belong to Allah. Evoke no one besides Him. But here they have the power, they have the economy. And we have Muslim public opinion that wants to flow with the power and the economy. They don't want to stand on their principle. Speak to them about al-haq and al-adl. And they will turn the other way. They'll say, but my livelihood is threatened by al-haq and by al-adl. وقالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا ولما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. توبوا إلى الله إنه هو التواب الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدى وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا المصطفى وعلى آله وصحبه أولي النهى والتقى. Brothers and sisters, committed Muslims, we remind you that what we say and express may have an approximation of the whole truth to it, but it is not the whole truth and nothing but the truth, as those words belong to Allah and His Prophet. Let us also remind ourselves that what we say about these issues in which we are using the words Sunni and Shi'i, among other words, are meant to have us outgrow the tribalism that has become the understanding of the word Sunni and the word Shi'i equally so. There are people who are dying or are being killed, execution style or through economic means, because there's supposed to be some warfare as a natural relationship between Sunnis and Shi'is. We say to these strategists with these shaitani minds that we will continue to deal with the root of this problem until we are immune from anyone who comes our way, whether he prays in the masjid or whether he is flying a fighter bomber to try to instigate animosity among us, that he will fail. In the meantime, do we need to improve? Obviously so. Let's give you, brothers and sisters, one example of how far behind we are. It was reported just this past week that the British ambassador in Egypt went into a masjid, and then how did the Muslims of that masjid receive him? By chanting the words طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت المدينة مرحبا يا خير داع. These words were said to the Prophet. And now Muslims in these types of masajid have an ambassador of a state that has a record of hundreds of years of colonialism and imperialism extending to this moment. And he enters a masjid and that's what he hears. And you tell me we don't need to improve. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه ولا تجعله ملتبسا علينا واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم إليك نشكو ضعف قوتنا وقلة حيلتنا وهوانا على الناس يا أرحم الراحمين. أنت ربنا وأنت رب المستضعفين.